Welcome back to Primetime News. 9 persons from West Kingston addresses are now in police custody after an operation in Kirkland Heights in St. Andrew. The police say 2 of the 9 are known to be very close to West Kingston fugitive Christopher Dudus-Coke. Kirk Wright reports.
The security forces were back in Kirkland Heights early this morning in search of Christopher Dudus-Coke. It was just last Thursday morning they were in the western section in an unsuccessful operation to nab the West Kingston strongman. That operation left the brother of a former government minister dead. However, this time when the police went to Kirkland Heights, their attention was on this house in the eastern section of the community. But Dudus wasn't there. Instead, the police arrested 2 men they believe are very close to him. 7 other persons, including 2 women, were also found in the house. All are said to be from Western Kingston. The police carried out an extensive search of the house. A motor vehicle parked at the location was also searched. After the search, the security forces seized items of interest they found in the house. A laptop computer, several cellular phones, passports and digital cameras were some of the items seized. The police say senior detectives will be interrogating the 9 individuals that were taken into custody. The latest operation comes as head of the crime portfolio of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Acting Deputy Commissioner Glenmore Hines, told a press conference at Jamaica House last week that the security forces are engaged in coordinated efforts across the island to nab Mr. Coke. Kirk Wright, TVJ News.
And as the police and military continue the operation in sections of Western Kingston, a woman was arrested last night after her home was searched and an AK-47 rifle found. The gun was found as the military conducted house-to-house searches in the Denham Town community. In addition to the rifle, several rounds of ammunition were also found. The woman, whose name has not been released, is expected to be charged soon. It's understood that the woman's boyfriend was held in the operation in Tivoli Gardens on Monday and is still in police custody. The police are reporting that the number of guns seized since yesterday in the West Kingston operation has increased by 6. In a release issued today, the police say recent seizures have increased the number of illegal weapons found to 39. The police say the weapons were all handguns. Meanwhile, the amount of ammunition recovered now stands at 9,241 rounds. The National Democratic Movement is slamming the private sector organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, for statements made about the Tivoli Gardens incursions. NDM General Secretary Michael Williams told our news center today that the PSOJ statement late last week that the operation in Tivoli Gardens was a small price to pay was insensitive.
In support of the security forces, but calling for a commission of inquiry into what has taken place in West Kingston, took note of the comments by the PSOJ, which seems to give the impression that the lives lost were insignificant in relation to the importance of getting criminals. And that is not a good impression that we believe that the PSOJ should be giving to the people of Jamaica. Need to clarify their statement.
Mr. Williams added that there are organizations within the PSOJ that over the years funded the 2 political parties and were therefore complicit in the funding and maintenance of garrison politics, the kind of politics which the NDM says is at the root of the criminal activities taking place in the country. Meanwhile, the NDM General Secretary says the movement welcomes the Public Defender's recommendation for a commission of inquiry into the operation in West Kingston. After a week of disruption, the Ministry of Education is advising that all schools, with the exception of some in West Kingston, will be opened tomorrow. The Education Ministry says the decision was made after the consultation with the Police High Command. The schools in West Kingston that will remain closed are Tivoli High School and Denham Town High, as well as all primary, all-age, junior high, infant and basic schools adjoining both high schools. The ministry also urged parents to use their discretion daily to decide whether it's safe for their children to attend school. Meanwhile, the ministry is advising that students from Kingston Technical High School, St. Sandra Technical, Charlie Smith and Trenchtown High School who are sitting CSEC examinations should do so at the Overseas Examinations Commission. Tivoli High School students are to go to St. Hugh's High School. Students from Denham Town and Kingston High School should sit their exams at Woolmer's Boys and Girls High School. Students at St. George's College, Kingston College, Excelsior, Vauxhall and Camperdown High School, as well as Exeter Community College, will remain at their campuses for the examinations. The tourism industry is reporting this evening that the unrest in West Kingston may have cost the sector over $300 million in revenue. Tourism Minister Ed Bartlett met with key stakeholders in Montego Bay this morning to assess the damage done to the sector after a week of violence saw the country receiving bad publicity in the international media. Keneal Gale reports.
For the past week, news about Jamaica and the unrest in sections of Kingston have grabbed several headlines across the world. The battle that was being waged in West Kingston was among the top news items on most international media websites. Tourism Minister Ed Bartlett said the industry is now suffering because of the violence. Ed Bartlett, who met with tourism interests this morning to assess the damage and the cost of the many cancellations, said the industry is likely to lose between $300 and $350 million or up to 15% of its projected revenue for this year. Mr. Bartlett said the week of violence has damaged brand Jamaica.
The nature of the damage that has been done to the brand is very extensive. It covers all the key marketplaces as well as some other markets that we were about to go into.
The tourism minister said at least 9 months of intensive marketing will be needed to help the industry recover. Mr. Bartlett said in less than a week, the tourism ministry will be taking crucial steps to help repair the damage.
We have been looking at expanding our promotional and advertising campaign, but to be careful in terms of not necessarily starting advertising immediately, because we have to do some what we call soft work, visits